So it's been a weird couple of days. What I'm posting today is actually 3 different videos in one because I keep getting these weird gatekeepy comments and these gatekeepy things keep coming up over the past few days, which is really disheartening, especially during Pride, especially during a Pride where the climate is just frightening right now for any queer person. But here we are, having to talk about these things.
And on this journey, one more love unraveled. I finally learned to love me for me.
In my last video, I said that I will say it as many times as I have to, that no one gets to decide who you are or where you fit but you. If words matter to you, then use them. If they feel like home to you, then use them. There's no test, there's no quota. You belong here if those words help you articulate your experience. The fact I even have to say this again is really disheartening, especially during Pride, but at any point, it should never have to be said. It just is. But here we are, and I have 3 separate videos that I had to make all in the same night that I just finished recording at the time that I'm recording this intro. Because for some reason, people feel a need to kick others out, feel a need to tell them that they don't belong. This channel will never do that. So here we are yet again fighting misinformation, because apparently we have to keep doing that. But we're going to keep doing it as long as it takes. If these things keep popping up, I'm going to still be there to fight them back. I've got you. Always have. Always will. So this isn't doing what you think it's doing. For one, it's inaccurate. This comment is claiming that someone who is straight, cis, and asexual, but in a heterosexual relationship, doesn't belong in the LGBTQIA2S+ community. That's dangerous. It's gatekeeping. And it's just plain incorrect. Let's first start talking about that word, straight. I noticed you separated straight and ace. And at first glance to me, that implies that when you're discussing someone being straight, you're probably talking about their romantic orientation, which, as we understand from the split attraction model, is its own form of attraction separate from sexuality. So, if this person that you're talking about is heteroromantic and asexual, then yes, they do belong in the LGBTQIA2S+ community. But then I started thinking, well, they said heterosexual relationship, not heteroromantic. Okay, so let's take that framework into account. Maybe this person is heterosexual and in a heterosexual relationship, but their experience of sexual attraction only occurs once they've formed a strong emotional bond. Well, in that case, they might use the term demisexual, which does exist on the asexual spectrum. So guess what? They still belong in the LGBTQIA2S+ community. What about if instead of demisexual, they're aspike, experiencing sexual attraction in a sudden, intense burst, but otherwise don't experience it? Yeah, that's still queer. What about ace flux, where the attraction fluctuates? Yeah, that's queer too. No matter if they use a microlabel or not, if they're ace, they're queer. Simple as that. And if they want to be in the LGBTQIA2S+ community, if they want to be in those spaces, they belong there. We don't get to tell other folks their experiences or where they fit. And we certainly don't gatekeep no matter how someone might appear to us. Here's another wild gatekeeping take. This one literally just a few hours ago. This person said that they only use LGBTQIA because they only recognize sexuality and claim that gender identity has nothing to do with who you are attracted to. I mean, it literally does though, and here's why. First, let's talk about the queer community in general and what it actually means to be queer. Queerness is the rejection of societal norms, specifically cis heteronormativity. Transgender folks take on that cis part head on, and they do so while facing many of the same obstacles and oppressions that any other group within the LGBTQIA 2S+ community deals with, along with the same threats, the same violence, the same fears of being erased simply for who you are. On top of that, there's a tremendous amount of history. For example, we could look to Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, two transgender women of color who were central figures in the 1969 Stonewall riots. They helped establish the early Pride movements, and they also used their activism during the AIDS crisis by fighting for research, for funding, for better healthcare, and to end stigma against HIV/AIDS. Then, of course, there's the possibility of intersectionality between someone being trans or non-binary and also a sexuality other than heterosexual. This intersectionality helps to highlight the diversity of the LGBTQIA 2S+ community as a whole. So why is the T there? Because T is queer. Trans experiences are queer experiences. Transgender and non-binary folks and agender folks and gender fluid folks, they challenge the cis heteronormative systems in power. Now, since some cisgender queer folks sometimes need to see how something affects them, let me ask you this. What happens if trans and non-binary and agender and genderqueer folks aren't seen as a problem anymore because those looking to oppress them feel that their job is done? Where do you think they're going to turn to next? Solidarity is not just a slogan. It's a lifeline for us all. Let me be perfectly clear right here and now. This channel recognizes and supports all gender identities. The T is not going anywhere on my watch. So if you've been on social media the past few days in the ACE community, you might have seen a series of graphs. Someone is claiming that we should change the name of the asexual spectrum to the gray sexual spectrum because to them, asexual just means no sexual attraction, period. But gray sexual is where everybody else who experiences any attraction whatsoever, where they should fall. They have this spreadsheet of all these different ranges from if somebody's gay or straight, and where does that fall in between? Asexuality doesn't work like that. Asexuality is differentiating between allosexual folks and folks who don't experience sexuality like that. Even if it is little attraction or infrequent attraction. If we're talking about the frequency or the volume of that attraction, we're still talking about queer experiences of attraction. Therefore, asexual. This entire dialogue that's been going on is very gatekeepy and it's very aphobic. Here's the thing. If you're gray sexual or demisexual or cupiosexual or agosexual or ace flux or ace spike, anywhere that you are, cade sexual, you're still ace. No one has the right to take that from you. If that word feels like home for you, if that community feels like home for you, you are always welcome here. And that's me speaking as someone who has never experienced sexual attraction. As this person is putting it, original meaning, so to speak, of asexuality, I identify that way. Doesn't mean I believe that there's a right way to be asexual, because I understand that it is a spectrum. I understand that we are all experiencing this common thread of experiences. And that's the whole point. Because asexuality and the asexual spectrum is queer as it is. So let me just say to any person anywhere on the asexual spectrum, you do belong here. You are a part of this community. This is still and will always be your home. No one is going to change the locks on you. Your key is still going to work. We will always leave the light on for you. And if somebody turns that light off, I'm going to stand there right in front of that light switch, flip it back on, and make them walk through me to get to it. Your existence matters. You're part of this community, and you are always going to be welcome here. I see you. I care about you. You do not have to second guess where you belong. I'm proud of you for finding your place. And it is always here. Thanks for sticking by me through that. These things have to be said sometimes, unfortunately. But I will continue to say them as long as I have to, because I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not letting anyone else feel like they have to go anywhere. I've got you. Always. So for this video's comment prompt, I want to know, how are you feeling? Are you doing okay? Do you got some stuff to get off your chest? Are you worried about the direction of the queer community lately? I know that given these last few days, I kind of am a little bit. I know we'll do it together. I know we've got each other's backs. But we've definitely got a ways to go. So if you want to blow off some steam and vent a little bit in the comments, we'll keep it kind, but go ahead. And if you feel like you need to vent even more, I've got a Discord server for that. So go ahead and check out the description if you feel like you need to get things off your chest in a more open way. That's an option for you. And also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please share this video out. Get people in the know that these things are not okay to say. We are not going to be divisive of each other. We are not going to gatekeep each other. We are going to be strong together. And if you have any words of encouragement for folks who are feeling some of this right now, please put that in the comments too. I think there's a lot of us that could probably use some kindness right now. And if you want to support my work and my channel and my website and all the work that I do, you can do that a couple different ways. For one, I have merch that you can check out right below here, as well as on my YouTube channel and on my website, fluentlyaspec.com. And you can also support my book, Limitless, Poetry of an Aromantic and Asexual Journey. You can find links for how to order it on my description and on my website. I say this every time, but I mean it every time. Be good to each other and yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.